He Speaks Geek. Hello, welcome back to Ryan Speaks Geek. I know what you're thinking. Another video so soon? Soon for Ryan? Because normally it's like a month or something stupid like that. But nope, it is another video, and it's not me reviewing something this time, just a quick little video about my thoughts on something. It's the Retro Collection Wave 2, or Mandalorian Retro Collection Wave 2, I should say. They're a bit divisive for people. I absolutely love them, and I cannot wait for this next round. Really liked the last Retro Mando wave. I even got a couple of most of them. I got a second Mando to make in Beskar armor using one of those chrome pens. It came out quite nicely. I'll show you in a review of the Retro Collection Wave 1 at some point, but now obviously we're getting one in this Wave 2. What can I say about these figures? So, my initial thoughts before even having them, no one has them yet. I think they come out in January, but pre-orders are going live today, maybe. Or might have already gone. You might have already pre-ordered it. Or if you're watching this in the future, then they're in potential in clearance bins. Or we're talking about Wave 3 now. Who knows? So let's just get straight into it. Which ones have we got? We have got Ahsoka. Love the design of this one. It's got that right level between not enough detail, too much detail. You know, it's that weird Kenner aesthetic. That one looks most Kenner to me, like aesthetically, for something that looks so modern normally that we're used to, and now and putting it in that kind of that old school, this kind of aesthetic, magical background. And they've got the curvature on the lightsabers, which I thought was really cool. I just assumed they'd do sort of the straight ones, but they've actually got, if you look at the handles, they have got curves on them. I mean, which is just awesome. Love that. No cloth goods or anything, but just I can live with that. I can live with that. Next, we have the armorer. Great details on this one as well. I mean, it's difficult because Trash Compactors has done an amazing figure. So if you're not a fan of the Hasbro announced one, please do check out Trash Compactors one. The detail on it is awesome. Again, it's that right level, and obviously you can paint it yourself, so you can be more particular with the colours. The interesting about this one is, though, I've noticed the sort of pauldron-y type thing, pauldron, fur scarf, whatever we're going to call it, accessory, looks like it might be made of the same material as like the Tauntaun reins. You know, that kind of weird malleable sort of, don't know what this is. These shoes. I'm watching you, fucker. I don't know. But I think it might be that kind of material, which would be quite cool when we see a return of that, because that could lead to some really interesting accessories for future waves, lines, either one. What else have we got? Oh, also the tools. I like the tools. Bo-Katan. This is a great looking figure. And also, let's be honest, a very easy custom to make it Cosca Reeves. I mean, I say it's an easy custom. I'm terrible at painting, so easy to attempt a custom, probably harder to execute. But I'm really looking forward to this one. The figure detail on this one is sort of basic, and obviously it doesn't like the helmets are removable on all these characters, which is both good and potentially bad, because it would be quite cool to see Bo-Katan's face, like, you know, head sculpt in that kind of vintage aesthetic, and same as the Boba Fett. But again, Trash Compactor can help you out on that one, because if that is something you really want and you want to have one that's dehelmeted and one that's helmeted, you could get the Hasbro one for the helmet version, and you can go to Trash Compactor and get yourself a real head. Such a weird sentence. Again, I'll put a link down to his store on, you know, in the old about me description thing. But the other one is Mando, so we're getting another Mando, which is good. Like I said, I did spend all that time really carefully chroming mine, but the different thing about this is I always predicted they would do this, but with, like, you know, the whole Beskar armor. I didn't predict, though, is there is actually some different molding on this figure. If you look at the legs in particular, you can see there is different molding. We're getting a cloth cape, which is a bonus, but the only letdown for me is the weapons. It's just a repack of the weapons. I would really love to have seen a Beskar spear, so, you know, they could have taken the mold for the Royal Guard spear, and I think I'll probably try and get myself a repro one of those, maybe even try and chrome it up to be his accessory, because I think that was a missed opportunity on Hasbro's part. Sorry, Hasbro, you don't get everything right. I mean, a lot of people say you don't get anything right, but I haven't given up on you yet. This is keeping me pretty grounded, keeping me good. We've got Boba Fett, which is, let's be honest, I think there would have been an outcry if there wasn't a Boba Fett in this line. Again, doesn't let the helmet's removable, but yet again, Trash Compactor comes to your aid. So again, look down for the Builder Boba line, which I think is one of the most genius names ever. You can mix and match with the accessories, but this particular one that Hasbro have done does look really good. And what's very interesting, as my friend Dave pointed to me, is that it does seem to have that holster sort of vibe we got going. So if you look at the Grief Karga, has a bit like the Hoth Han Solo vintage figure, where you could put the weapon into the holster, and I think that's really cool. So it looks like the Boba does have that feature, again, which is absolutely lovely. And then finally we had the Death Trooper. Now the Death Trooper is just, I really wanted that. I wanted a Rogue One wave at some point, and this is pretty much as close as you're going to get to that at the moment. So I'll probably get multiple of these. I think a lot of people will, which also means, Trash Compactor, if you're watching, we're going to need some pauldrons maybe for these Death Troopers. You know, try and get a Death Trooper commander to make a Rogue One variant. So I'm not saying I'm giving you homework, but if you are watching, I wouldn't mind one of those. That'd be pretty decent, please. But yeah, it's my thoughts. I mean, we haven't had an announcement about a board game figure yet. I mean, I won't lie, the last one was disappointing. The Remnant Trooper with Monopoly. It was too. I think they should have just maybe done the Remnant Trooper on its own. Just, that would have been a fine thing to just add in. People would have troop built that more if it was more readily available. I know Tungori gets some, but again, they're not cheap and they're not that much different. And weirdly, actually, I think your old vintage Stormtroopers, the beaters, actually look better in those dioramas because they look like Remnant Troopers just because they're well played with. But I'm really looking forward to this wave. I look forward to seeing if there is going to be a board game figure, what character it's going to be. You know, you could do anything with this one, so as long as it's not like other Remnant Trooper. I'd be annoyed if it's something like the Incinerator Trooper, because obviously that's something, again, you would want a troop build. But we'll just have to wait and see. But that's my thoughts on the Retro Collection Wave 2. I'm really looking forward to that. How about you? What are you feeling about it? Are you excited? Are you not that bothered about it? But either way, you know, everyone's got to have a different opinion. Everyone's got their likes and dislikes. So everyone be lovely to each other and just enjoy Star Wars, because Star Wars is back in a big way, which I am absolutely loving. So thank you for watching. I've been Ryan Speaks Geek, and I'll see you soon.
Get it.